Hello everyone on the internet and thanks for tuning in. This is RyuKiva of RyuKiva Toku with a return to Toku unboxing and occasional unboxings for the latest releases. So today I am doing the Shinkoccou Seihou of Masked Rider Zeronos. I've been looking forward to this one, I've got to say. I bought this around that 8,000 yen mark new, that includes the import and delivery, etc. So I absolutely know nothing about this figure, what to expect. I mean, I've seen a couple of shots of him posing with his weapons, but that's about it. But let's get on with reviewing the box. So I actually feel that this is a very pale grainy photo. You know, your usual grainy Shinkoccou Seihou photos, as it were. So looking at the small print quickly, designed by Tamashii Nations in Japan, Bandai Spirits made in China. Can't see a year. You got Tamashii Nation quality seal of approval, Tamashii Nation logo, blue Bandai, and I believe that's like the web shop logo. I always don't really know. S.H.Figuarts written on the top and bottom. Masked Rider Zeronos Altair form written on the two sides. So on the back, again, it's just a shot of the weapons, and they've included Deno for good measure in that. Toei seal of approval in the top right. Just at the bottom right, ages 15 and up. Warning, choking hazard small parts, not for children under 3 years. So don't choke on it. The rest of it is like Bandai Spirits, a couple of numbers. The rest of it is in Japanese. So I am very excited for unboxing this. There goes the value. And again, with Shinkoccou Seihou, you've got to remember that it's the two circular seals on the sides for new. Right, so shaking it all about. Right, so we do get a great, so I'm pretty sure this is a basic release, to be fair, unlike say O's or Deno sword and gun form. So let's see what the inlay brings us for Masked Rider Zeronos. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hands, that's 5 pairs even, I like that. It says it's got the card train pass thingy that you put into his belt. Warns you not to misplace it in several places. Also tells you that parts of his weapons are delicate, as well as the holder in his belt. Shows you different ways to assemble the weapons, and even this is actually a first for me. Well, first for SHF, but it even tells you out of your hands which hands to hold which items. So you've got a hand specifically to hold the card, you've got a hand specifically to hold the sword, you've got a hand specifically to hold the bow and arrow, I guess. Tells you not to misplace things, and something about mounting shape. Got your QR code and a load of Japanese there as well. So the exciting bit, the figure. So actually I'm noticing that with normally there's like cellophane around the delicate parts. Here it's kind of like a sort of translucent plastic. So I find that interesting in itself. I am the sort of person that plays with the cardboard box rather than the actual figures. Right, so I'm going to just take a moment to take those out. Right, so on the off, I'd say that's standard. So it's not too stiff, but it's still like a touch loose, and like I've done that just to begin with, and there's a lot of gaps going on, so I'm not entirely sure why. But again, that plastic's going to be a mission to remove. But removing away this plastic, he just seems to have a massive blank black midriff, and that belt just seems hella loose. That is a little bit disconcerting, a word that I use quite often. But let's have a look at the figure. So the helmet, not too sharp. Actually, it's a tad sharp. So, but I like the gut, like sort. It's like the yellow really pops. The green, like on the regular SHF release, the green will fade really badly. I'm thinking, at least the paint job's even, but I reckon that will fade over time because it just seems similar to the regular SHF. But looking at the chest plate, like the gold tracks all around, they absolutely pop. Like you got the yellow bits on the wrists and ankles, standard, I guess. It just feels, I don't know, like it should be stiffer, and that belt is ridiculously loose. that is really concerning in my opinion. And then looking at it from the side, I think for some odd reason it's like it's got a curvature of the spine. That's a bit weird. Not really seen that before. But then like I do push the legs back, and then it just kind of seems like it's overcompensating for having an arched back. It's a bit weird. I'm going into the pose, like balancing at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool, but it feels flimsy. Not as flimsy as say Kamen Rider Black Shinkoccou Seihou was. But looking at that, I think that looks pretty decent. I'm gonna see what's in the rest of the box. So I'll pose him there. I don't know, those eyes look a little bit like Ewok from Star Wars. That's just my opinion, but I'm not too sure if that's Zeronos in general. But the thing is, like, you look at the box, it makes like the little grey, the grainy eyes seem a lot more prevalent than it actually is in the figure. Never really noticed a ring in it between his eyes before though. Right, so stay still. Right, so let's see what's in the rest of the box. Right, so I need that inlay to just kind of mix and match everything that's going on. Okay, so this is what's included. So we have a card. Actually, it's very similar to the regular SHF because it's. I'm going to go straight for the top part of the bow and arrow. Again, the gold pops. Got lots of these, so you don't have to worry about losing them. So A means, I'm assuming A and B are the closed fists. You've got some open hands, which are supposed to be C and D, but again, it doesn't, the way they've laid it out in the box doesn't correspond to the way it's kind of ordered in the instructions. So like this one down here is hand eye, so the one in the bottom right will be hand eye, but it's like which one's J, it's a bit confusing. So just a quick, I'll quickly assume that this, I'll quickly put that in his hand, so that looks like fun. So just to quickly pop hands off. That feels standard, but it's almost like that will degrade over time. So those ball joints, do be careful, because those fists, because the holes, the holes in the fists feel quite tight. So just to be coy and hide the arm that's got no hand on it, I've just noticed that. I don't know if you can see that, but those shins being that wobbly just doesn't seem right. Just doesn't sit right with me. And again, it's almost, I'd say these knees feel very similar to Kamen Rider Black Shinkoccou Seihou. Right, so that's that one, just quickly for the hot minute. But just to kind of quickly end the video, so you've got like a handle here, and then you've got a bigger handle here with a little thing that match mounting shape. I don't know what that means. I think it's just the case of match the hole to everything else really. So like that is pretty standard. You don't really need to be a rocket scientist for that. So I'll put that in, I'll say another clasp hand. So again, like we've got like some, this is it, they're not even karate chop hands. There's kind of various claspy hands, some tighter than others. That's pretty much all I can describe. One points up, and then two closed fists. That's literally it. So I'll do a quick pose with the sword and then a quick pose with the bow and arrow, I guess. So I'm just examining the elbow joints. They are standard double elbow joints, kind of similar to how it is for Kamen Rider O's. Well, actually, they're a little bit more stiff. So again, you've really got to be careful not to snap those elbows. And again, the knees just feel like they will give way any second. So again, it's like they're making these joints more fragile on the Shinkoccou Seihou, which is a bit of a disappointment. They need to make them stronger, seriously. Right, so again, like, that's pretty much, I mean, actually that does look very photogenic. I mean, again, like, even Kamen Rider Black Seihou was very photogenic. Admittedly, that's photogenic, it's just it's ridiculously weak and fragile as a figure. So yeah, that's what I mean. So again, that looks great to me. So one more pose. Again, I will take, is it the handle? Right, so yeah, it's not a bow and arrow, it's a crossbow, my bad. And again, you've just got to be really careful with those knees. That's not the greatest pose, but I'm going to end on it. So this has been my review of Shinkoccou Seihou, Kamen Rider Zeronos Altair form. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please follow my website at RyuKivaToku.weebly.com, as well as my social media links, which are on the website and also in the description of this video. See you again next time.